Hey YouTube, Put Kibbles 314 here. Got my rifle out. I'm gonna do a real quick review of my rifle and why I set it up the way I set it up, and some of my ideas on it. It's a standard LMT rifle. It's a Defender 2000. I'm gonna go over from muzzle to butt, all the things about it. It's nothing special, but some of the reasons why I do what I do and why I think the way I think. Starting at the muzzle, it's A2 birdcage. These are perfectly serviceable, perfectly acceptable. The barrel is chrome lined. It has 1 in 7 twist, so I could shoot all those heavy rounds. The front sight blade is a standard F-marked front sight post. Okay, this is not a free-floated barrel, as you can see. The rail system is a Knight's Armament rail. It's heavy, but it's very, very durable. These things are built like tanks. And if this is going to be a go-to-war type of rifle, this is durable, and that's what I want. I want durability. I want something that can take a hit and keep on working and keep on ticking. Okay, and that's what this rifle does. Again, this is a used Surefire. I can't remember what version Surefire it is, but it was the standard issue Surefire back in the early 90s, or correction, the early 2000s for soldiers. And this is just what they carried. So I know this is a battle-proven sight. These things are tough as tanks, so you can't beat it. It's not bright, but it does the job. Okay, go back to my previous video where it's the top of the line, or as good as, or the good enough. This is good enough. This whole rifle is good enough for everything I'm ever going to need. I don't need super expensive top of the line. Okay. I got the Magpul angle foregrip here. This solid piece right here. I have no complaints on this. This right here, this is just for my competition shooting, where I go and I try and record some of my competitions, and I put them up on my other channel. So that's a solid, just aluminum block that's been milled out to mount it up. I have not had an issue with this at all. I think I got this on Amazon for like 20 bucks or something like that. It's not much. Upper and lower receivers. Upper and lower receivers are LMT Defender 2000s. The trigger mech, standard mil spec, standard semi-auto mil spec. This is not a full auto gun. Doesn't have the fun switch. I know. I wish that wasn't the case, but hey, whatever. My optic. My optic is the Holosun 515 CU. It is a solar cell unit, as well as the I think it's a 2023 battery or something like that in there. I can't remember, but this has a 50,000 hour battery life, and when it doesn't when the battery is dead, that's when the solar cell kicks in, and that's one of the reasons why this battery has 50,000 hours at medium settings. Back here I've got the Magpul flip up sight. Yeah, I know, it's kind of standard. It's not hard, or it's not a great backup sight, but it does the job. Okay, I think it was about 50 bucks at one of my local gun shops. This right here is zeroed to lower 2/3 co-witness with my optic. So what I see in my optic, if I put these sights on there, that's what I'm hitting. Okay, if this ever goes down. Okay, not expecting it to, but weirder shit has happened. Okay, the pistol grip, this is a ergo grip. It's very comfortable. It's a little bit bulkier than I like, but you know what? It's not bad. I mean, I could work with it if I needed to. I don't really not like it, but I don't really like it. So it's one of those, it's one of those middle of the ground things. Standard M4 mil-spec tube. Standard M4 buttstock. It is an LMT. You can see right there. The sling. The sling is a VTAC sling. This is a really good sling. I like this sling a lot. It's really quick adjust. There are better slings out there, but for the money, you really can't go wrong with this sling. If you need to adjust it quickly, either tighten it or loosen it, it's very forgiving. So you don't have to worry about it. This rifle has somewhere around maybe a little bit more than 1,000 rounds through it. I don't use my stuff that heavy because bullets are expensive and I'm a working class guy, so I don't have tons and tons of money to go to the range every day like some of these big YouTube channels. Every bullet I fire, I pay for. I don't have sponsors. Unless you want to sponsor me, then we can talk. But anyway, I've had only one malfunction on this rifle in almost 1,000 rounds, or more than 1,000 rounds. And that was not the rifle's fault. That was the ammunition. I was shooting Tula, and I hadn't cleaned the rifle prior to shooting, and then I dumped like about 150 to 200 rounds through it, rapid fire, got it nice and hot, and I had a stuck casing. Tried to mortar it, didn't come out, so I got a rod, punched it out, put in a chamber brush in there, knocked all the carbon out of the chamber, loaded it back up, and it ran the rest of the day. I probably put another 300 to 400 rounds through it that day after I had the malfunction. And that was all Tula after that. I put like 400 rounds of Tula after I cleaned the chamber. So Tula ammo is very, very dirty, so you gotta maintain that chamber if you shoot it. I don't shoot it anymore because it is so dirty. So, but other than that, I have never had an issue with this rifle. Every single time I fired this rifle, I've never been disappointed. It has always gone bang, always. So anybody who sits there and says their rifle is not that the AR15 is not reliable, you know what? Y'all need to go shoot one, because that tells me you never shot one. It's like any other piece of machinery. It's like any other piece of machinery. You maintain it to the level that it needs to be maintained, and it will do the job you want it to do every time. This would not have been our service rifle had it been unreliable and not able to be fixed and made reliable. When it first came into service, there were some issues. I got that. But they fixed those issues, and it would not have been in our inventory for over 50 years. Think about that. This has been in our service rifle for over half a century. I mean, that right there says it all. This has not been changed fundamentally. The principles under this rifle have not been changed in half a century. Okay? And it works perfectly well. Okay? That's why every time they try to change to a different rifle, they never, ever get past this one. Because this one, like the AK-47, got it right. And if you get it right, you get it right. There is no reason for them to change this rifle out unless they're going to change the caliber. If the military changes the caliber on the rifle, then I would say go with a different rifle. But until then, if you're going to stick with 5.56, there's no reason not to use this rifle. It's been proven, it's accurate. You have to use the rifle the way it was designed. If you don't use it the way it was designed, of course you're going to break it. If I sat there and took an M240 and fired 10,000 rounds through it non-stop by connecting 1,000 belts, or whatever it is, I don't know, 100 belts. I'm sorry, 100 belts together. I'm going to break that 240. The 240 is an extraordinarily reliable gun, but I'm using it for a purpose that it was not designed. It was not designed for long-term sustained fire. You will break it. This was not designed as a machine gun. It is a rifle, and with the military versions, the M4s and the M16s, it is a rifle with a machine gun option should you need increased volume of fire. That's it. It was designed as a machine gun only to gain fire supremacy. That's it. It was not designed to be used as a machine gun every day, all day long, and that's the only setting. It was a rifle with a machine gun option, okay, to gain fire superiority. And once you gain fire superiority, you lower your rate of fire down. Because if you don't lower your rate of fire down, one, you're going to burn through all your ammo. Two, you're going to break the gun. And that's the biggest complaint. These people sit there and they say, I fired high volumes of fire, high rates of fire, full auto. And then it broke. Well, duh. No shit, Sherlock. You got a rifle, not a machine gun. You want sustained rate of fire? Get a machine gun. Get an M249. Get an M240. Get a Mark 49 or whatever the new one is. Okay? Get an M60. Okay? Those are machine guns. Those are designed for long sustained rates of fire. This is a rifle. Okay? With a machine gun option, should you have that, oh shit moment, I need to sling lead down there real quick just to get their heads down so I can start putting effective fires on them. That is what a rifle is. Okay? So, that's my rant for this. If you like this kind of content, just hit the like button, subscribe. I'll try and figure out. Eventually, I'll get to my body armor, but I got to do some researching on that. So hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll try and get another video done so you guys can see more of my little toys here. And then we'll see where this goes, okay? But also another, like the last video, it's almost November. Once your early voting opens up, get in there and vote, people. This is an important election. Get in there and vote. Whoever you vote for, I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting for, but get in there and vote, okay? I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Okay, that's your choice. That's between you and yourself. Okay? And you got to look yourself in the mirror after you vote. Okay? So do that. Get in and vote. Make sure you vote in person to make sure your vote counts, because there's too much of this potential voter fraud going on with this mail-in ballots, and I don't want anybody to lose their legitimate votes. I want people who steal votes to lose their votes, but I don't want people who legitimately are voting for the candidate they think is the best to lose their vote. So the best way to do that, to make sure your vote counts, get your butt into the damn polls and vote. Okay? This is Put Kibbles 314 signing off. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.